Just irresistible, as usual, Mr. Ben and the Bends, with two tunes to be found on the album Small Wide World. That was Penny Drop and So Long Sympathy. Ben, the last time that you came to see us, you were playing with Mock Tudors.
Yeah.
A band that we love on this programme. And you told me earlier that you actually hadn't written any songs, though, for a full year.
Yeah, I guess, I hadn't written any songs under the guise of this project. I guess I've been writing quite a lot with Mock Tudors, but it's a different process because it's three of us in a rehearsal room, usually on like a Tuesday morning because we all work for ourselves, which is quite fortuitous. So yeah, this is a different kind of thing where you sit down with an acoustic guitar and write a song. And I wasn't pushing it really. Nothing was coming out, as I say. So I was just like, well, if I'm not feeling like I can write anything, I'm not going to force it. So yeah, it was a bit of a weird time because usually I'm quite prolific in terms of writing. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. But yeah, and then I went away for a bit and I came back in November and I basically wrote 90% of the album. Like in a week. It was great, yeah. Right,
and so obviously you came back like replenished, but where had you been and what were you doing whilst you were away?
I'd gone on a cycling trip with my girlfriend. We'd got the ferry from Birkenhead to Belfast, and then we'd cycled from Belfast to a small town called Ardra in Donegal on the west coast. So it was kind of like as the crow flies, and it was a bit of a pilgrimage because that's where my grandma grew up. So it was like I'd never been to where she was from, so it was a really nice kind of... I'm not like spiritual or mystical or anything, but it was pretty special trip. It was probably one of my favourite holidays.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, and you come back and you say, I mean, you do get inspired by things around you, and of course, if you are sat there as a musician writing songs, you know, pretty much incessantly for years, and then you take a break and you travel in an amazing place with great circumstances, it's going to affect you directly, isn't it, really? Can you reflect that in the songs? Can you hear that in the songs?
I think so. I guess it's like just the introspection and a little bit of existentialism of doing a trip like that and thinking about the world and generations and family and travelling, and I don't know, it's brilliant. I think it's just like exploring stuff of your own personal past or something is actually really important, because I always was a bit like, especially about Irish nationality as like an English person, because my grandparents were both Irish. It's kind of like something that English people sometimes wear as a little badge that they don't necessarily know about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
The experience of being an Irish person. But I was very surprised because I went back and I went to the pub, which was kind of like where all my family would go. There was two pubs in the town that were kind of associated, and I'm related to this woman called Nancy, and it's still called Nancy's Bar. Right. And I met some people that I was related to, and it was amazing. It was like the proper Irish experience, if you know what I mean. And I went in for it, and it was actually really nourishing. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. And I mean, it's a cliche, but the pace of life over there is something else. I mean, I've been a fair few times to Baltimore, in West Cork, just sort of near Skibbereen. And I do remember we were driving one day and we were on a country lane, you know, and there's a bloke in front of us just in a white van, and he saw his mate and he just stopped and was talking to him for about 10 minutes. Now, if that had been in Manchester, I would have been, me, what do you think you do, you know? But no, it's like, no, it's fair enough. He's not seen his mate for ages and I can't get past him because it's a lane. There isn't enough room to overtake. I'll wait for him. And we did exactly that. So it does affect your outlook, doesn't it? I became a patient person.
Yeah,
how did that happen?
Convert, yeah.
Wow, okay. And so you spent your time, obviously you mentioned it before, your pottery business is doing great guns, is that right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I do day to day to pay the bills. I do, I was making a lot of plates and mugs and stuff for quite a few years, and then now I mainly make bespoke vases, so I make like a white earthenware vase that's about 30 centimetres tall, and then I carve out memories and poems and stuff that I guess that also feeds into that feeling of like writing about histories and stuff, because I'm doing it every day for people, so people order a bespoke vase from me that has dates and places that are significant to them. So,
well, you're very lucky because you're expressing yourself not only through your songs but your pottery, and there aren't many people who can say that.
No, yeah, I feel very blessed. Yeah,
well, you are blessed, and you're very talented as well. That's why we keep having you back. We love your record, absolutely love it. And you've got some dates coming up here in March, so the 20th of March, a couple of days time. Then I hope I've got all the right dates here because I'm going off a press release rather than what Michelle gave me, which will be right. So if you need to correct me, then please do. 20th Leeds Hyde Park Boat Club, the 21st Manchester Gullivers, 22nd Clitheroe, Bowland Bikes CIC. Yeah. What's going on there?
Lovely promoters, Tom and Sophie, who So It Goes in Clitheroe, and they just put gigs on in random places and bring their own PA system. It's proper good, yeah.
Fabulous, okay. 23rd Sunderland Pop Rex, 26th Birmingham Hare and Hounds, 27th Sheffield Sydney and Matilda, 28th Halifax at Greyston Unity, 29th Bristol Louisiana, and then finish it off at the Cavendish Arms in London on the 30th of March.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. All right, you've got one more song to do for us now. As I say, the album's called Small Wide World, and it is brilliant. And you've got one more song. This is?
Hermit and the Hare.
Fab.